The Endangered Pygmy Rabbit by Roland Zoe, Russell Hare, Nathan Colin, and Alex Lowe.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Roland.
I'm Nathan. I'm Russell.
And I'm Alex.
And we are making a video on the endangered pygmy rabbit and how we think we can stop it from going extinct. The pygmy rabbits are very vulnerable to predators in the wild. The predators of this animal are weasels, coyotes, red foxes, badgers, bobcats, horned owls, and marsh hawks. One of the problems is the movement of the pygmy rabbits. They are very slow, and during breeding season, their movement patterns change and they're more vulnerable to predators. In 2006, 169 of the rabbits died due to predation problems. The bunnies also don't get much attention from humans, so they can't protect them as well as other animals. In the first 5 weeks of being born, 50% of the pygmy rabbit population died to predation. These little guys need lots of help and attention to stay alive.
One of the reasons why the pygmy rabbit population is declining so quickly is because of the loss of their main habitat, sagebrush. Sagebrush are native plants growing in the Great Basin and are important to many plants and animals living in them, not just pygmy rabbits. Sagebrush is also more important than you think, as it's home to 250 vertebrates and up to 1,100 invertebrates, and most of the species living in sagebrush live nowhere else in the world. They decline due to a variety of reasons, including, but not limited to, invading plant species, climate change, recreational activities, wildfires, and more. Fires were more devastating and longer with invasive juniper and cheatgrass. Common pests also reduce seed and flower production, so the amount that grows each year is little. All this adds up to less habitat and cover for the pygmy rabbits.
Go.
The pygmy rabbit is extremely vulnerable to wildfire. This is largely due to sagebrush. Pygmy rabbits live among sagebrush and use it as up to 99% of their winter diet. Sagebrush is a dry plant that grows in extremely large patches. It is profuse in eastern Washington, and because of the hot and dry climate, has been easy burning material for wildfires all around the western United States. Housing developments are often built around it, and some of the largest wildfires in Nevada have been in the sagebrush plant type. There are three main factors of fire: weather, topography, and fuel. The only factor we can change is fuel.
One of the big reasons that the pygmy rabbit is endangered is disease. Among the most dangerous of these diseases, myxomatosis and RHD2 stand out the most for their massive death rates. Myxomatosis is a feared disease among rabbits that killed 99% of the UK's rabbits in the 1950s. There are two forms of myxomatosis. In the rapidly killing form, you wake up one day and see a rabbit corpse. In the chronic form, the face, lips, and eyelids get all swelled up. And sometimes the ears swell up as well. Then your rabbit dies. To top off all of this, the USA doesn't have a permit to use the vaccines for the disease, meaning that the disease can't be stopped. And on that note, the vaccine doesn't even stop the disease. It just makes 100% mortality rate of the disease survivable. For RHD2, one vaccine is the outrageous price of $13. And we can't even make this vaccine in the USA because we don't have a UK license. Around 27 million rabbits in the UK are at risk of this from sources like insects, rats, mice, and birds. This disease can even be transmitted to the bunnies from our shoes and clothing. That's good.
The pygmy rabbits are a very important animal to those predators and other animals that live in the sagebrush environment. The pygmy rabbits are a primary consumer, which means everything is above them on the food chain except the plants that they eat. Since the pygmy rabbit has lots of predators, it is a very crucial thing to have in the food chain. If the rabbit goes extinct, then the animals that eat it, like wolves and bigger animals, can go and eat the deer and bigger animals that live in the sagebrush environment. The smaller animals, like weasels, can't move up to eat the bigger predators, so they need the pygmy rabbits to survive.
The pygmy rabbits are also important to the environment because the pygmy rabbits have a very limited amount of food sources. On top of this, some of those food sources might not even live in the same area as the pygmy rabbits, starving and effectively killing the rabbits. The sagebrush that these rabbits depend on is also highly beneficial for all of the plants and animals that live in or beside it. Finally, fire, diseases, and loss of habitat are all reasons for why the pygmy rabbit are dying out quicker than it can produce, making the species endangered.
Our plan to repopulate the pygmy rabbits is to capture some pygmy rabbits to breed them, safe from predators and natural disasters such as forest fires and diseases. During the breeding period, organizations such as the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife would use revegetation treatments on the sagebrush as the pygmy rabbit's main habitat. As sagebrush is quickly dwindling due to a variety of reasons such as invasive species, fire, and human influence, it makes the restoration of sagebrush even more imperative. Part of the risk, though, are that it would take a lot of money, and the project might not even work in the end.
Although this plan leaves us at risk of cost, failure, little support, and domestication, it could both greatly improve population size and protect the sanctity of the Washington pygmy rabbit population. Additionally, because of their eating habits, a pygmy rabbit population increase could help with the housing development, fires, and sagebrush plant type all across the western United States.
Hey guys, it's us again. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you consider about saving the pygmy rabbits. Thank you and goodbye.
Drop a like.